Joshua, Nanun, Igosum. I am Chris, and this is Chris in English. And I hope everybody out there is doing well today. Today is Tuesday. Today is August the 4th. That means for dinner tonight, I'm going to be eating some tacos. Taco Tuesday here in San Diego. Taco Tuesday everywhere in the world. I hope all of my friends, my family, my students out there are doing well. I hope you are all staying safe and healthy in this age of stupid coronavirus. I hope we're making all the right decisions, staying out of crowds, washing our hands, not touching our faces, wearing our masks, all that fun kind of stuff. Oh yes, my friends, we are in a world of a virus. But that doesn't have to stop us from learning our English. It's true, that's why we are here today. Well, what are we going to do today? Let's find out. We're hopefully going to talk to some students. Some students are going to show up. They're going to say hi, tell us how they've been doing, because I am curious about you. We're going to have our word of the day. We got a great word of the day. I might even say it super loud. Is that a clue? Is that a hint on what our word of the day might be? It probably is. Let's see, I got some stories to share with everybody. We're going to have a little bit of grammar, if you don't mind. And, yeah, we'll have our question of the day, and that will be our day together. That will be how we will start our day. Or maybe you're watching it at the end of your day. Maybe you're in Japan or Korea, and you're watching this getting ready to go to bed. I don't know. I don't know what your schedule is like. I barely know what my schedule is like. Oh, yes. All right. Well, let's get to it. I don't see many people here. Hello to you. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Let's do our coronavirus update. What's happening here in San Diego? Well, San Diego County is... It's hard to say. Our numbers have slowed down. That's good news. They haven't reversed. It looks like we still had about 10 deaths yesterday. We have a total of 565 deaths in San Diego. San Diego County, not just the city. 9,500 deaths in all of San Diego. 158,000 deaths in the United States. 692,000 deaths in the world. The virus is still out there, my friends. Here in San Diego, we're wearing our masks. We're supposed to be. Some people still aren't. There are still those people who think that for some reason they don't have to or shouldn't have to wear a mask. I don't understand. If putting a piece of cloth over my face can help me keep my family safe, boom, baby. It's not even a choice. Our restaurants can only serve food outside or for delivery. That's an interesting thing to me. We're having baseball games. We're playing sports. Lots of sports. Baseball, basketball, hockey. Football's going to start soon. But we're doing our sports with no crowds in the stadiums. Empty stadiums. That has got to be strange for a sports player, for an athlete. Skandoosh! Skindoosh is in the house. Hello to you. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you are healthy and safe. What's going on with you? Do you have anything planned for today? Are you going to eat tacos for dinner because it's Tuesday? Let me know. I want to know how you're doing. I was talking about what we're doing here in San Diego for coronavirus. We have all of our restaurants are serving their food outdoors. Nobody can eat inside of a restaurant. Yeah, even if you do eat outside at a restaurant, you can't have groups larger than 6, and even those groups, they're trying to spread them out. So, that's what's happening here in San Diego. Oh, the athletes playing sports in stadiums with no crowds. Empty crowds, empty stadiums. How does that feel to hit a home run and not hear anyone cheer for you? I can only imagine that has got to be disheartening. A little bit saddening. Skandoosh says they're doing good. I am so glad to hear that, my friend. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I'm healthy. I'm well. I have a connection to my students thanks to Instagram. I'm teaching online with ChrisinEnglish still. I'm doing well. I'm doing well, and I'm glad to hear that you are too. How are you spending your time? What are you doing? How are you keeping yourself busy and active? I have an Instagram show. I'm teaching. I'm watching some videos. I'm doing a lot of reading. You know, keeping yourself active, keeping your mind going. It's an important thing to do when we're all on lockdown like this. So, skadoosh! What are you doing? How are you keeping your mind active? Let me know. I'm curious. I do want to know. Let's see. What else do we have going for today? Here's a little bit of interesting coronavirus news. Skandoosh has a job. What are you doing? What is your job? Are you teaching English? It's a fun job. I hope you're teaching English. But what are you doing? Are you in an office? Are you outside? I really want to know. There are some people who think money is dirty and can carry the coronavirus. And technically those people are right. From what I understand, coronavirus can live on a dollar bill for almost a day. So, you know, you go to the store, you buy something, they give you change. You touch the change, you got coronavirus on your hands. Wash your hands. Use your hand sanitizer. That's why it's there. But some people are very concerned that money is a source of coronavirus contamination. So what they've been doing is finding interesting ways to clean their money. There's a story of a woman in South Korea. She put all of her money in a washing machine. A washing machine. She put her money in a washing machine, and what happened? It cleaned her money. But it also ripped her money. It tore her money. It destroyed her money. But at least the destroyed money was clean. Another man, also in South Korea, not to say that this is just South Koreans, everyone around the world is doing weird things to stay clean. Let's see, Skandoosh is telling me selling home utensils. Ooh, that's good. I need a good set of knives. I need some kitchen knives. Sharp ones, good ones, that can slice a tomato so thin. Is that what you got? You got that for me? That would be great. Maybe. There is a man in South Korea who thought his money was contaminated with coronavirus. Thank you, Skandoosh. I promise I'll be very careful. I won't chop off my fingers. I'll just slice the tomato very carefully. This man in South Korea thought his money was contaminated with coronavirus, so he wanted to clean it. So he put his money in the microwave. He cooked his money. And it destroyed his money. Money doesn't go in microwaves. Money and microwaves do not mix. It destroyed his money. So the person who put their money in the microwave destroyed their money with heat. And the person who put their money in the washing machine destroyed their money with water. The good news is, just like the United States, South Korea has a rule for banks. If you give them destroyed money, they will give you good money in return. In the United States, you have to have at least, I believe it's 2/3 of the bill identifiable, and they'll give you a full bill in return. Yay, money. But be careful. If you are touching money, it is important. Wash your hands. Use your hand sanitizer, all that fun stuff. Silvrix in the house. I am so glad to see you today. Happy Tuesday. I hope you eat some tacos tonight. I'm going to eat some tacos tonight. It's Tuesday after all. What are you up to? Anything fun in your life? I was just talking about people cleaning money. People who think money has coronavirus on it, so they try to wash it in washing machines. One person tried to cook their money in a microwave. Both people ended up destroying their money. But the banks gave them more money. They gave the destroyed money to the bank, and the bank gave them more money. Yay, banks. You know that story. Oh, Silverex. Oh, I'm so glad you do. I just read that story this morning. I was looking for a story to share with you, but you already know that story. I needed a different story. I'm sorry. But I think it's a great story. And I'm very glad to hear that the banks returned their money. So, I know why you're here, Silverex. I agree. It was very, very fun. But don't wash your money and don't microwave your money. Unless you want to eat your money, don't microwave your money. Let's do our word of the day. Silverex, are you ready to learn a word of the day? It's a great one. It's a loud word of the day. If you want to see the word of the day written down, you can go to the website, ChrisinEnglish.com, where you can see the word of the day every day. Oh, Silverex. Don't worry, you'll get some. You'll get some. Here's the word of the day. Are you ready? Declamatory. Our word of the day is declamatory. It's an adjective, and it means loud and fancy speech. When someone speaks in a loud and fancy way, they are being declamatory. Did you see how I was declamatory there? I was trying, at least, to be declamatory. Let me try it again. And if you look, maybe you'll see the moment I actually become declamatory. Ready? Declamatory! It's our word of the day. Oh, thank you. It is. I'm a little bit declamatory. Actually, though, declamatory is not often used in a positive way. It's often used in a negative context. Let me give you a sentence, and this might tell you exactly how we use declamatory. President Trump very often makes declamatory statements. He often makes loud, fancy statements. Not necessarily true statements and not necessarily helpful statements, but they are declamatory. The teacher's declamatory request for students to finish their homework makes the students think the teacher is unfair. Why? The teacher just wants you to finish your homework and says so in a declamatory style. Thank you. Yes, that's a good question, Silverex. Let me give it to you. Declamatory. It's a little bit long, so here we go. D-E-C-L-A-M-A-T-O-R-Y. One more time. D-E-C-L-A-M-A-T-O-R-Y. Declamatory. And it is an adjective. Now, Silverex, it's your turn. Can you do it? Can you give me a sentence using our word of the day, declamatory? I think you can. While you are working on that, let me share something else with you. I got lots of things to share today, actually. Let's start with the Chris in English Grammar Challenge. If you go to my website, ChrisinEnglish.com, right there on the front page, you will see a blue button. And the blue button says the Grammar Challenge. Take the Grammar Challenge. Click that button and you can take a Grammar Challenge. It's a list of 11 grammar questions. This week, it's all about the verb forms. The student who takes the challenge and has the most correct answers will win a Webster's Dictionary collection featuring a Webster's Dictionary, thesaurus, and vocabulary builder. How is that? If there is a tie, if more than one person has the most answers, then there will be a random drawing of those people, and that person will win the dictionary set. Do you feel good? Do you feel lucky? Do you accept the Chris in English Grammar Challenge? What else is going? Oh, here's a funny story. In Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh is one of the states here in the United States. It's on the East Coast. It's a big city, very famous. The most popular city is Philadelphia. I love Philadelphia. I've been there a few times. It's a beautiful city, a very fun city to live in, to visit. I have never lived there, but I visited many times. It's a nice city. But in the state of Pittsburgh, there were two teenage boys who they were bored. You know, they're on lockdown because of the coronavirus. They've got nothing to do, and they decided that they wanted to drink some beer. But they're too young to buy beer, so they can't go to the store and buy beer. So they decided to steal beer from a liquor store. But they didn't want to get caught. They didn't want anyone to know who they were. So they came up with a plan to wear a disguise, to hide their face, so that no one would be able to recognize them. And they came up with a very interesting disguise. They took a watermelon, and they cut the watermelon in half. They scooped out the watermelon. They emptied the watermelon, and then they cut eye holes in the watermelon. And they put the watermelon on their heads. They created a disguise using watermelons. They disguised themselves as fruit in order to steal beer from a liquor store. Now, before you start thinking, oh my goodness, what a great plan. No. It's not a great plan at all. First of all, you shouldn't steal, especially beer. Second of all, they got caught. One of the young men got caught. They're looking for the second young man. And apparently it's very hard to get away from the police when you and your clothes smell like watermelon. I love it. But it brings me to our question of the day. What do you think is the perfect disguise? If you had to hide from people, if you had to disguise yourself, if you had to change the way you look, what would you do? What would be your disguise? Would you disguise yourself as fruit by making a mask of watermelon? Or maybe you would come up with something a little bit better than that. Me? Oh, I don't know what my disguise would be. Nemo! Nemo is here. I'm so glad to see you, sir. Let me say that again in a declamatory style. Nemo, I am glad to see you today. Declamatory is our word of the day, Nemo. Declamatory is an adjective. To say something in a loud and fancy way. Declamatory. D-E-C-L-A-M-A-T-O-R-Y. Declamatory. It's a great word. It's an adjective. We were just talking about the two teenagers from Pittsburgh, the state of Pittsburgh in the United States, who robbed a liquor store. They put watermelons on their heads to disguise themselves. Woo! Woo is here. Good to see you, Woo. I'm glad you're here today. Talking about the guys who put watermelons on their heads to steal beer from a liquor store. It's true. They emptied out watermelons. They cut holes for their eyes, and they put the watermelons on their heads. And then they robbed beer from a liquor store. They got caught, because that's not a very good way to rob a liquor store. But the question of the day is, what for you is a perfect disguise? It has been long, my Jong Woo. Woo! It's good to see you, my friend. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. I love this show. I get to see so many people. I'm the luckiest Chris. Let's see, what is your perfect disguise if you had to hide your identity? If you had to make people not know that you were you, what would you do? What would your disguise be? I might be a doctor. Swiss Army knife! Good to see you. We were looking for you on Friday, on Switzerland's birthday. We were looking for a Swiss Army knife. I might disguise myself as a doctor, especially in the age of coronavirus, because everybody's wearing masks, right? If you put on a doctor's gown, you wear a mask, maybe put on one of those long face shields, nobody would know who you were. They would just say, oh, there's a doctor. Look, it's Dr. Chris. All right. Maybe they wouldn't say, look, there's Dr. Chris. That's a really good cup of coffee this morning, my friends. Knife! I am happy to see you too, sir. Thank you so much. I hope you're well. I hope you and your family are healthy and safe. I hope that everything is going well in your life, even with the stupid coronavirus. What is your perfect disguise? If you wanted to hide your identity, how would you choose to do it? If you want to hide your identity, you wear a disguise. This is an example of the grammar I'm teaching my class this week. Conditional 1. Now, I know it wasn't that long ago that we had lessons on conditional 3, rather. But this week, my students are studying conditional 1, which is an important conditional to know. Conditional 1 talks about things that are true every time the condition is true. To create conditional 1, the important idea to remember is the verb form in each clause. A conditional sentence must have 2 clauses. You have the main clause, and then you have your if clause. The if clause, verbs need to be in present simple or present continuous. Both are correct. For your main clause, your verb needs to be in present simple or present continuous. So you can have the same verb form in both clauses for conditional 1. I'm sorry, I keep saying conditional 1. This is the real present conditional. This is technically conditional 0. We start counting conditionals at 0, which makes English teachers confused because we're very good at words, but not so good with numbers. Conditional 0. The main clause uses present simple or present progressive, and the dependent clause uses present simple or present progressive. But why do we use the conditional 0, the 0 conditional? Conditional 0 is used to describe things that are always true. For example, when I am not teaching, I am watching Star Wars. When I am not teaching, that's present continuous. I am watching Star Wars, also present continuous. And it means every time I am not teaching, I will be watching Star Wars. Every time. That's what 0 conditional means. We can also use 0 conditional to talk about our habits, habitual actions. Every time I visit New York, I eat a street hot dog. And if you visit New York, eat a street hot dog. You might not like it, but it is a tradition. We also finally use conditional 0 to talk about scientific facts. Here's my favorite example of conditional 0. If you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius at sea level, it boils. Yeah. If you heat is simple present. It boils. Boils is simple present. And this is a scientific law. This is a scientific fact. Every time you heat water to that temperature at that sea level, it boils every time. And that's the main reason we use 0 conditional, to show that something will be true every time something else is also true. Hey, you did it! Congratulations, you made it to the end of the grammar. And you've just about made it to the end of the show. It's true, my friend, it's true. I'm taking questions, though. Who has questions for me? Is there anything anybody wants to talk about? Anybody have any questions for me? Things that you want to know about English or San Diego or California? Let me know. I care. No? Any questions out there? All right, if you are watching this later, please remember to answer our question of the day. If you had to disguise yourself, what would your perfect disguise be? I might be a doctor. Or maybe I would be the Invisible Man. Then nobody would recognize me. Well, who knows? Who knows? All right, my friends, I want to thank you for joining me today. Today, we talked about coronavirus in San Diego, people cleaning money in washing machines and microwave ovens. Our word of the day today, declamatory, speaking in a loud and fancy way. Don't forget to check out ChrisinEnglish.com for our Chris in English Grammar Challenge. And please remember, do not try to disguise yourself by putting a watermelon on your head. Che long. Hello, my Che. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. Our word of the day is declamatory. Let's see, what's my Woo saying? The cloud has established as long as what? As long as what? I don't know what it's going to be as long as, but I'm curious. I want to know, Woo. And I want to know, Che, how are you doing? I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. I hope you're happy. What is the perfect disguise? Don't put watermelons on your head, but what is your perfect disguise? All right, my friends, that's my time. That is my time for today. Check out the website, ChrisinEnglish.com. Lots of stuff happening there. The grammar challenge, all of our posts. And my Che is happy, and that makes me happy too. I hope you guys have a great day. Please remember, my name is Chris. I love you all. No? No? Go away.